8th grade Open Up Resources, Illustrative Mathematics, Unit 2, Lesson 12, Using Equations for Lines. Problem number 1. Select all the points that are on the line through coordinates 0, 5 and coordinates 2, 8. To check your answers, we can actually use a piece of graph paper with the x-axis and the y-axis, and we can plot the points for the coordinates 0, 5 and 2, 8 and draw the line. This gives us a nice visual of the slope. The rise is up 3 and the run is over 2. So the slope is 3 over 2. And since m represents the slope, we can say that m equals 3 over 2. I'll use the equation y equals mx plus b to help us determine if the points of these coordinates fall on the line. First, let's use these coordinates that are already on the line, 2 and 8. In this set of coordinates, the y equals 8. So the y in the equation also equals 8. Eventually, I'll substitute that y in the equation with the number 8. Remember, the slope is 3 over 2, or 3 halves. Eventually, I'll substitute the m in the equation with 3 over 2. The x in this set of coordinates has the value of 2. So eventually, I'll substitute the x in this equation with a 2. Let's go ahead and rewrite this equation. I'll substitute the y with an 8. I bring down the equal sign. Then I substitute the m with 3 over 2, which is the slope. I'll multiply that by the value for x, which is 2, which is the same as 2 over 1. And then I'll add that all to b, which is the y-intercept, or 5. 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 1 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. And 8 does equal 8. We know that this set of coordinates will fall on the line. A. Coordinates 4 and 11. The y-coordinate is 11, so we can substitute the y with an 11, bring down the equal sign and the slope, times the x-coordinate value, which is 4, which is also 4 over 1. And since the y-intercept is 5, instead of plus b, we'll substitute it with a plus 5. 3 times 4 equals 12. 2 times 1 equals 2. 12 divided by 2, or 12 halves, equals 6. And 6 plus 5 equals 11. And since 11 equals 11, we know that the coordinates 4 and 11 have a point on the line. B. Coordinates 5 and 10. The y value is 10, so we substitute the y with a 10. We bring down the slope and multiply that times the x value, or 5, which is the same as 5 over 1. And then we add that to b, the y-intercept, which is 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times 1 is 2. 15 divided by 2 is 7 5/10, or 7 1/2. And 7 5/10 plus 5 is 12 5/10. Since 10 is not equal to 12 5/10, we know that coordinates 5 and 10 do not fall on the line. C. Coordinates 6 and 14. 14 is the y value. Bring down the slope and multiply that by the value for x, which is 6, or 6 over 1, plus b, or the y-intercept, which is still 5. 3 times 6 is 18. 2 times 1 is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And 9 plus 5 is 14. Since 14 does equal 14, we know that the point for the coordinates 6 and 14 does fall on the line. D. The coordinates 30 and 50. Bring down 50 for the y value. 3 halves, or 3 over 2, for the slope, or the value for m. Bring down the x value, which is 30, or 30 over 1. And bring down the b value, which is the y-intercept, or 5. 3 times 30 equals 90. 2 times 1 equals 2. 90 divided by 2 is 45. And 45 plus 5 equals 50. Since 50 does equal 50, we know that the point for the coordinates 30 and 50 fall on the line. E. Coordinates 40 and 60. The x value is 60. Bring down the value for the slope, 3 over 2, and multiply that by the x value, which is 40, or 40 over 1, and substitute 5 for b, since the y-intercept is 5. 3 times 40 is 120. 2 times 1 is 2. 120 divided by 2 is 60. And 60 plus 5 is 65. Since 60 does not equal 65, we know that the coordinates 40 and 60 do not fall on the line. Problem number 2. All 3 points displayed are on the line. Find an equation relating x and y. Again, I'll use the equation y equals mx plus b. I'll need to figure out the value for m, which is the slope of the line. With this graph and this line, it's pretty easy to use the rise over run method. And you can see from this point, it rises up 2 and over 1. So the slope is 2 over 1, which is the same as 2. So I can substitute the m with the 2. Let's use this set of coordinates to find our equation. We'll take the 9 and substitute it for the y, since the 9 is in the y value. We'll take the 6 and substitute it for the x, since the 6 is in the x value. For these sets of coordinates and line that they form, I don't know what the y-intercept is. However, I do know that 2 times 6 is 12, and 9 equals 12 minus 3. Since 9 equals 12 minus 3, then I know that b, or the y-intercept, is minus 3, or negative 3. Now that I've figured out that the slope is 2, I can substitute the m with a 2, and I've figured out that the y-intercept is negative 3, so I can substitute b with negative 3. Now my equation reads y equals 2x minus 3, or y equals 2 times x minus 3. This equation shows the relationship between x and y. Problem number 3. Here is triangle ABC. A. Draw the dilation of triangle ABC with center, coordinates 2, 0, and scale factor 2. To locate the point that represents the center, you'll start at the origin and move 2 spaces or 2 units to the right and 0 units up, and place your center point. To make a dilation of triangle ABC, start at the center point A and extend through point C. Since it's a scale factor of 2, each side length of the triangle will double in length. B. Draw the dilation of triangle ABC with center 2, 0, and scale factor 3. This is similar to the previous problem A, except for the scale factor's 3, so the side lengths will triple in length, making the dilation of triangle ABC 3 times larger than triangle ABC. C. Draw the dilation of triangle ABC with center 2, 0, and scale factor 1/2. This is similar to the previous two. D. What are the coordinates of the image of point C when triangle ABC is dilated with center 2, 0, and scale factor x? Point A is located 2 units to the right of the origin, and point C is 3 units to the right of 2. So that's like 2 plus 3, or 5. But with a scale factor of s, which is unknown, we'd have to multiply that by s, making it s times larger or s times smaller. So far, we've written the coordinates that represent the horizontal movement along the x-axis. Next, we need to figure out the vertical movement along the y-axis. Point C of triangle ABC is located 1 unit up. Making a dilation of triangle ABC with the scale factor s means that we need to multiply that one unit by s, so that the new point will be located either s times shorter or s times longer than its current location. The coordinates that represent point C of a triangle ABC with a scale factor of s are 2 plus 3 times s for the x value and 1 times s for the y value. E. Write an equation for the line containing all possible images of point C. Y over x minus 2 equals 1/3, or equivalent. Problem number 4 from 8th grade, Unit 2, Lesson 4. Here are some line segments. A. Which segment is a dilation of line segment BC using A as the center of dilation and a scale factor of 2/3? I've marked center point A in red and line segment BC. To make a dilation of line segment BC using A as the center point, you could imagine extending the line from point A through point B and beyond, and another line from point A through point C and beyond. The line segment would have to be parallel with line segment BC, and it would have to be 2/3 the length of line segment BC. The only line segment provided that fits this criteria is line segment FH. Not only is it parallel to line segment BC, but it's 2/3 the length of line segment BC. B. Which segment is a dilation of line segment BC using A as the center of dilation and a scale factor of 3/2, or 3/2? 3/2 is equivalent to 1.5 times longer than line segment BC. So we're looking for a line that's not only parallel, but 1.5 times longer than line segment BC. And there's only one line segment that fits this criteria, and that's line segment GJ. C. Which segment is not a dilation of line segment BC, and how do you know? Line segment ED is not a dilation because it is not parallel with line segment BC.